Hello everybody, welcome to the channel if you're new here, welcome back if you are not. It's Baby Jesus here with another gold making guide, and we're going to be changing things up a little bit today. Today we are not going to be touching base on any one specific material, but more a couple of things that I do whenever I am logging on to go make gold. A couple of things that I check and go through to make sure that I am maximizing the amount of gold that I'm going to be able to make in this session. Now before I go too far, you guys know what's coming. If you do like the video, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. It really does help us out. It doesn't cost anything. And if you don't like it, make sure to leave me a comment down below on how I can improve on future content. Now, without further ado, let's get right into the first tip. Obviously, you've heard this 1,001 times. Check the town board. The town project board is always going to tell you what is going to either be moving quickly or have an inflated price. It's sort of a double-edged sword. So you guys can see here, coarse leather and timber are on here. That means they're most likely going to have... Oh, there you go. Coarse leather is here twice. That's a good sign for it. They're always going to have a bit of an inflated price because people are going to be buying them to complete their town project board quests. They don't want to go out and gather, which is the whole reason gold making is possible. People don't want to do the grind, so you do it for them and they pay you. That's how it works. So you guys see here, coarse leather, timber, and these are just those special crafting ones that you can make. But you can see here, coarse leather and timber are going to be inflated. So do with that information what you will. It might be best to sell it now, get a higher price point, but it might take a bit longer because it might be inflated, or steer away from it because you know a lot of people are going to be pushing them on the market. You might be able to just wait for the Raha to be done, and then go on and sell what you have. The second thing that I like to do is I like to go straight to the trading post. And what I do on the trading post is I go and take a look at what I like. So if you guys haven't guessed yet, I'm a big gatherer. I like gathering raw resources, and I like making my money by doing that. I'm not huge on refining or crafting endgame gear. I like getting the material to allow people to do that, and I make my gold doing so. So what I do on the trading post is I come through, and now that everything's linked together, this makes life a lot easier for us gold makers out here. But I come in, and I'm just going to go to resources. I'm going to go to raw resources. And I have decided, for example, today, I want to go out mining. So I'm going to either look at stones or ores. First, we're going to start with stones. And we're going to see if, one, they're selling at a decent price point, and two, if there's a lot of them on the market. Because a lot of them on the market means it's going to be saturated, and if they're selling at a high price point, it might be overinflated, so they might not actually move. So you guys see here it's selling at 44 cents. There's a decent amount of them on the market, but I can also see there's not many of them below 45 cents. And then if you jump to the next price, it's actually 0.59. Well, that means that these guys are undercutting these, so they must be relatively new. And you posted for 3 days, because you can't post for only 2 days. You guys see here 14 days, it just went up, and probably been up for 24 hours. So it's been up for, say, 8 hours now at 44 cents or 0.44 gold. So if I wanted to go out and get lodestones and sell them at 0.4, I could probably offload them very, very quickly. Now, the other side here is stone. Stone's selling at 0.51 gold. The only thing is, there's a lot of it. So while it is selling at a decently high price, and you guys can see there was an undercut, so those are probably relatively new. 7 days, this has probably been up for 2 days maybe. There's a lot of them on there, which means that there's a lot of that one person, I guess, is gathering a ton of it. So it might be best to steer clear of it for now. Even though that price is very, very alluring, it may not be worth it because they're probably going to want to offload these. So if I undercut them, they're going to undercut me back. Ores. If I wanted to mine, I'm going to go take a look. And you guys can see here, iron ore, it was undercut. It was just posted. So you can see it's active. People are on here trying to sell them, which means that people are probably going to be on here trying to buy them. Now, that's just for these. You can do this with any raw material. And you use this to gauge whether or not you are going to get value out of gathering this material. But also if it may be worth it for you to gather the raw and then just subsequently refine it. So say, for example, we're going to go take a look at, well, in this example, we looked at timber, right? So we can take a look at greenwood. And greenwood's selling at 0.28 gold. And there's a lot of it. And this guy just undercut this guy. You guys can see based on the times that they're on the market. Which means that it's relatively active, it's relatively new, and this guy undercut him maybe a day or so ago. Or this guy posted up at way too expensive. Who knows? Now, you guys can see there's not too many sellers. They just have a lot of quantity. So they went out and farmed for a while and then just posted it all up on the market. You could probably sell this at 0.25 and offload it very, very quickly. But what's even more important is you look at this and you know that greenwood, it takes 4 to make a timber, if I remember correctly. So it'd take just over 1 gold to make 1 timber. Now we want to go take a look. Well, what is timber actually selling for? Oh, that's not what I wanted at all. And if I wanted to go to wood, and I want to take a look at timber, timber's selling for 3. And it costs us maybe, we'll say 1.1 to make, including the crafting costs. we could turn around and sell it for 3. Now, that seems all well and dandy. Is this going to be sustainable? I don't know. But remember, it was on the town board, therefore it's probably going to be a little bit inflated. So you have to remember all this stuff whenever you're deciding what you want to list. Now, what's very nice about this is you can actually sell this see this undercutter here. He doesn't have a lot on the market. It was only posted very recently. So you're probably going to want to... This might be worth doing. That combination of it being inflated with the market and not having too many people. You could probably sell this at 2.5. Make a ton of gold on it because it's still a profit margin of well over 1 gold per unit. And walk away happy. Now, this is just what I do as a baseline to make sure that I'm always making the most educated decision as to what I'm going to go out and farm. So greenwood, or timber in this example, may be the best bet right now. That's it. That's as simple as it is, guys. All you have to do is just go through and do a little bit of market research instead of just going gung-ho out into the wild and hoping that you're gathering the right thing for today. It's very easy to just take a look and see what is worth doing. Now you guys can see as well, coarse leather is probably going to be a little bit inflated. Yeah, you guys can see it has a little quest indicator. It's not for 1.5. What are rawhides selling for? I have no idea. 0.7. Don't do it. Not worth. Not worth. Coarse leather should be more expensive. Sell your rawhides. In this case, don't go and refine it. Sell your rawhides. Let someone else do it. So here's what's probably happening in this situation. The cost of rawhide might be inflated because people are selling it to then have people craft it into the coarse leather because they want to get the XP. That's what I would take from this. And you guys can see there's a lot of new listings, which means that these are all new undercuts, which means they haven't been sitting on the market for a long time. And you guys can see the lowest one is 0.7. That's astronomically high. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but regardless, that's what I would do in this situation. I would not go for the coarse leather. I would go for the rawhide. So that's what you do with it. You know that people are going to be utilizing the rawhide to a higher extent to get that coarse leather, so you can benefit from that, from those people who want to do it. And that's what your job as a gold maker is to do. To find where the market is in a lull and to capitalize on it. Now, one little tidbit for you guys before I sign off. I've already made this video longer than I wanted to. Is you've probably noticed that my gold normally stays around 32,000. Doesn't drop below 30, and very rarely will you guys see me doing a video above 40. And there's actually a reason behind that. I never let my gold drop below 30 because if I'm on the PTR, which is another good thing to go take a look at. You can always analyze the PTR and see what's going on and see what's going to come live. Is I want to have 30,000 gold minimum to be able to capitalize on things that I think might blow up when they go live, when the new patch goes live. So by doing that, I can use gold to make gold, if you will. If I'm going to spend 10,000 gold to know that I'm going to make 20 back, that's worthwhile in my time, right? The opposite, though, I don't like having too much gold because I still like to be able to buy things for myself, decorate my house, do whatever you want to do, or make sure that I have the best possible gear for my level to make sure that I'm maximizing whatever time I'm spending whilst out gathering raw resources. So that's it, guys. Really, honestly, that is in and of itself. That's what I do every single day that I'm coming on to make gold. I'm checking the town board, and then I'm using that information to make deductions about what's going on in the trading post. Now, one more thing you can do, if you really, really want to, you can go around to different cities and see what's going on in their trading posts, or not their trading posts, pardon me, their town boards, because that's going to change what's going to be selling well across the entire server. But one town board should be enough for you to base your idea off of it and then work backwards from there. So that's going to be it from this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this benefited you a little bit. I wish you guys an amazing day. Take care of yourselves. Be safe. Be happy. And I will catch you all in the next one. See ya.